In hand.
It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, Mr Gray. Thank you very much. May I first thank the petitioners, as well as my honourable friend, the member for Carshalton and Wallington, and of course the 394 people in my constituency who, as of this morning, had signed the petitions. Live events, conferences and exhibitions organisers, events such as graduation balls, all have been affected in this virus. I think both petitions are very important, but I'd like to focus my speech on the one calling for an increased number of guests to be permitted at weddings according to venue capacity, as this has been the issue I've had most contact with directly. One such conversation has been with Mr Henry Weldon, the Managing Director of Maverick Events, operating at Prestwold Hall, a beautiful and popular Grade 1 listed stately home in the heart of the Leicestershire Wolds. Mr Weldon has explained to me that, to date, he has seen over 120 weddings and events rearranged or cancelled. Both his catering business and the venue combined have lost a turnover of £1 million in 2020 alone. He says, there are serious concerns about not being able to restart by spring 2021, by which time we will effectively have been closed for a year. Government must give support and confidence to our sector and hence to our couples who have also suffered greatly. As I said in my speech during the debate on the health protection regulations last week, we must use these next few weeks to plan for how we can create recovery for ourselves, our local communities and our businesses. As part of this, I strongly believe that we should be taking a different approach to events when the new restrictions have eased. Risk assessment is the key to this, and I have had a number of conversations with ministers over the past few months about adopting Northern Ireland's approach to weddings, in that venues produce their own risk assessment of how many people they can safely accommodate, whilst adhering to social distancing guidelines. Of course, we should not limit this approach to just weddings, but we should also look at extending it to conferences and music events, which have been in some of the hardest hit industries. Over the summer, we saw how it was possible to restart industries in a safe way. We allowed restaurants, hairdressers and leisure centres, to name a few, reopen, as long as they followed the COVID-19 secure guidance. So why should these events be any different? We cannot continue to restrict events indefinitely. We need a plan, as we have been implemented for other industries, so that events can restart, and I believe that the more nuanced approach taken by Northern Ireland could form the basis of this. I've had a number of constituents write to me expressing their sadness and anxiety about having to delay their wedding or make difficult decisions about which of the people closest to them cannot attend. As one constituent has said, I recognise the impact of COVID-19 on everyone's daily lives, but for those couples who are planning a wedding, the toll on our mental health is significant. A wedding takes years to plan. It has an impact on finances, and postponing a wedding for a full year means there is a huge risk that immediate family members may not be around to see our big day, which is heartbreaking for us and for them. All I ask is that consideration be given, that numbers are increased according to venue capacity. I feel that the hospitality industry has adapted in the wake of COVID-19 and shows that there are ways to hold a wedding and be safe. I would like to echo my constituents' plea, and I hope that the government takes the next few weeks to give serious consideration to reforming these approach to the events.
Edward Timson.